Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Archer Aviation and Joby Aviation are both serious players in the urban air mobility field and low altitude industry. In this video, I will compare those two companies so we will have a good understanding which one is leading the way to dominate the fast growing flying taxi industry. Here is the video format. First, I will explain what Archer and Joby do, when they were established, and other basic information so we will have a good understanding of those companies. Then I will talk about the products they are selling, who they sell those products to, and what are the different use cases for those products. Finally, I will talk about where those companies stand when it comes to regulation and which one of them is leading the way as of today. As always, everything I say is not a financial advice, so please make sure you do your own research. So let's start with introducing the companies. Archer Aviation is a US based aerospace company founded in 2018 and headquartered in San Jose, California. The company is focused on developing electric vehicle takeoff and landing aircraft, or in short, eVTOLs. Those can carry passengers and can be used for air taxi services in crowded places such as New York. Joby Aviation, on the other hand, was founded much earlier, back in September 2009, and also they are headquartered in California. Joby is also developing eVTOLs, but with a slightly different approach. Instead of selling their aircraft to other companies like Archer does, Joby plans to operate its own air taxi services. You can think of it like a flying rideshare company. So now that we have some background about those two companies, let's talk about their best-selling products and what are the use cases for those products. Archer Aviation flagship product is called Midnight. It's an electric aircraft designed to carry one pilot and four passengers. It's built for short urban routes, the kind of trips that might normally take an hour by car, but can be done in under 10 minutes by air. Midnight is expected to fly at around 150 miles per hour and cover distance of up to 100 miles on a single charge. It completed its first transition flight in mid-2024, and they've already made several hundreds of test flights with that aircraft. So the Midnight aircraft primary goal is to serve as an air taxi, helping people get from city center to major airports. You can think of it as an air route from Manhattan to JFK, but it also have other use cases including tourism and even defense applications like medical evacuation or even surveillance, and that thanks to a contract with the US military. As of the price, Archer hasn't officially published a price for their aircraft, but based on recent deals they made, each Midnight aircraft is estimated to cost around $500 million. That price often includes operation support and training for pilots that are going to fly those aircraft. Archer already has major deals in place. United Airlines is a key partner and has ordered up to 200 aircraft. So Abu Dhabi Aviation is planning to launch Archer's air taxi services in the UAE, and Ethiopian Airlines is also on board, becoming the first customer in Africa. Finally, the US Air Force received its first Midnight aircraft back in 2024 as part of a broader defense contract. Now let's move over and talk about Joby Aviation. Joby's main aircraft is an electric air taxi as well, sometimes referred as the S4 model. Similarly to Archer's Midnight model, the S4 has one seat for a pilot and four seats for passengers. Joby's aircraft can fly a bit faster, up to 200 miles per hour, and has a range of between 100 to 150 miles in one charge. When it comes to use cases, Joby is targeting airport to city routes. This is just like Archer, but with a small twist. Joby plans to operate the service themselves. That means passengers will book rides through an app similar to how they use an Uber or Lyft. That's instead of buying or leasing the aircraft, which is exactly what Archer does. Because of that, Joby doesn't publish a price per aircraft like Archer does. Instead, they'll charge per flight, and fees are expected to be similar to premium ride-sharing services, at least in the early stages. So now that we have some kind of understanding about their products and about their use cases, let's talk about the regulatory approvals each one of those companies got so far, because this is the main thing that will determine who is going to roll out their products first to the market. So let's start with Archer Aviation. The company is aiming to get a full Federal Aviation Administration type certification, or in short, FAA type certification for its Midnight eVTOL aircraft by late 2025. This certification is crucial because it allows Archer to begin commercial passengers flights in the US. Joby is in the final stage of its FAA certification process. It has entered what's called the Type Inspection Authorization phase, meaning it is close to completing the flight testing needed to finalize the certification. Joby expects to begin the flight testing within the next year. So now that we understand where they stand when it comes to regulation, let's figure out who is leading the way in the race between those companies. When it comes to regulatory approval, Joby is slightly ahead. As we said before, they are already in the Type Inspection Authorizations phase, which is one of the final steps before getting full FAA certification. That means Joby could start commercial operations in the US as early as late 2025 or 2026. Archer, meanwhile, is still working through earlier phase of the certification process and is aiming to receive its FAA certification by the end of 2025. So while both companies are close, Joby has a bit of a head start. Internationally, Joby also have an edge. They recently delivered their first production aircraft to Dubai and plan to launch commercial flights there in early 2026. And that's thanks to an exclusive 6-year agreement with Dubai's Roads and Transportation Authority. Is planned to be the only air taxi operator in that city for the foreseeable future. Archer, on the other hand, is testing flights in Dubai and is also working closely with their local authorities, but unlike Joby, they don't yet have an exclusive operating agreement or an official launch date. In terms of manufacturing, Joby also seems to be ahead. They've expanded production capacity in California and are building a large scale manufacturing facility in Ohio. That puts them in a strong position to scale quickly. Archer is also ramping up production, but they rely more on their partners for manufacturing support, which could affect how fast they can increase their production capacity. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and got a better understanding about those two companies. I will see you in the next video.